can you completely cure your blood pressure problem without any medication? My name is Dr. Story. I've been in practice for over 23 years. I'm going to give you some realistic advice based on my experience. There's a 3-step process to improve your blood pressure. Number 1 is you have to reduce the stress in your body. Stress causes an increased cortisol levels in our body and has terrible effects on many aspects of our health, including our blood pressure. Now, I'm going to leave a link down below in terms of for a breathing exercise that I showed people in another video, but I'm going to give you a summary of it right now. Essentially, what you need to do is to spend 2 to 3 minutes a day, at least once a day, taking deep breaths. Now, people get all upset whether you're breathing through your belly or your chest. Don't worry about those things. Completely inhale as much as you can. So when you inhale, you want to expand your rib cage, expand the top of your ribs, the bottom of your ribs, your abdomen. Keep breathing in, breathe in, breathe in. And when you can't breathe in anymore, you breathe in a little extra. Breathe in as deeply as you can. Expand your rib cage. And then let it out. Reduce that stress. Do it again. You breathe in as deep as you possibly can. And as you breathe in more, your rib cage expands. It expands more, and when you can't do any more, you inhale even deeper, and then you let the air out. Do this 30 times, and you'll be amazed at how, number 1, it instantly reduces your blood pressure. The excuses that I hear sometimes are funny. I don't have the time. I love that one. It takes 2 to 3 minutes. And what were you going to do during the 2 to 3 minutes anyway? Not breathe? Number 2, I've had many patients tell me the excuse of, oh, I don't think that's for me. What isn't for you? Taking a deep breath in? You know, most people, they're at their computers, they're on their phones, they're watching YouTube, they're at work, they're in their cars, and what are they doing with their rib cage? Nothing. They're not inhaling and exhaling deeply. That's what you need to do at least once a day, 30 repetitions, and it has great effects on your blood pressure. Number 2, exercise. And again, I made a whole other video about this. Those are the details. I'm going to give you a summary right here, but down below I'm going to have that link. You need to do exercise. Now, the specific exercise is very important. You need to do something that raises your heart rate so that your heart rate will go up for a sustained period of time. This does not include weightlifting. Very often when people are lifting weights, they're struggling as hard as they can, they're holding their breath, and they're doing what's called a Valsalva maneuver, which actually strains the arteries and can give you higher blood pressure. So what you want to do is you want to do some exercise that raises your heart rate and maintains it for a period of time. Sometimes you may not have time for anything, so what you do is you just get out of the house, go 7.5 minutes that way, and then come home, 15 minutes walk. Sometimes this is all you have time for. Sometimes this is all you need. Now, if you're terribly out of shape, all you can do is walk, and that's enough exercise. But as you get stronger, if you can do things where you can walk at a faster pace, and then you can do things like the elliptical, you can run on a treadmill, you can go on an exercise bicycle, or ride outside, or swimming. But these are exercises that have benefits to lower and normalize our blood pressure rather than doing something with high intensity and holding your breath and doing a Valsalva maneuver. The third thing that you need to do is you need to change your diet. And everybody knows this, but the problem with changing your diet is there are 2 extremes diametrically opposed. And both of these extremes, types of diets, they say they're right. So you, on one side of the coin, you can just eat plants, and that's all you eat. That will actually lower your blood pressure. On the other side of the coin, you can go fully caveman and just eat meat. And that actually lowers blood pressure too. So it seems impossible, but how can these 2 opposite diets actually lower your blood pressure? I think the reason why is because in both extreme cases, you're still not eating crappy food. In both cases, they're telling you to eliminate processed foods. My philosophy on how to lower blood pressure is that if it had a parent, it should be eaten. If it grew out of the ground, it should be eaten. If it came off a tree, it should be eaten. But if it was made in a lab and put into a box and has chemicals that you can't read, that should not be eaten. That's dietary advice, simply put. Now, the best diet is probably a combination of both, where you're eating a lot of vegetables, you're eating fruits, and you're eating meat. That is something that combined very often helps people lower blood pressure. And the reason why is because when you eat that type of food, you're simply not eating crappy food. I have another video about drinks that we use to help lower blood pressure. I'm going to leave the links below, but essentially you can use water with garlic and lemon. That works wonders to lower blood pressure. Also, staying hydrated. The heart doesn't have to work as hard when you're fully hydrated, so you need to drink water throughout the day. And lastly, for things like lunches and snacks, I have another video, and I'll post it down below, on smoothies, specific smoothies that have nutrients that lower blood pressure. Okay, here's the secret recipe. Organic blueberries. A beet, organic. Apples, organic. Spinach, organic spinach. Pop it in there. Banana. More apples. And a little bit of vitamin C. So this is the stuff that I use. Put it in there. And it's as easy as that. So if you thought this video was interesting, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We have a Patreon account, and many of these videos that I produce on YouTube are not monetized. So the only way that I'm making any income from this is through the Patreon account. So if you want to become a Patreon, the advantages of doing that is you can actually ask me specific questions, and I will make videos based upon your responses. So thanks for watching.